I understand why my grandma Frances liked that song. She was something else. Let me tell you. That woman right there, oh my goodness. When I tell you, I can go on and on and on about growing up. And when she would go out and she would come back in, she had a couple, 2, 3 cocktails. And she get to laughing and she get to dancing. I didn't understand it when I was little, but now I understand, like, she was just in a happy space. You know what I'm saying? And she was one of the, she just had my back so much, you know what I mean? But I just miss her so, so much, you know what I mean? But when my aunt gave me that song, I said, what was Grandma's favorite song? And she told me what it was. I instantly went to iTunes and I listened to it. And then she told me it was a song. So Mustang Sally is dedicated to my Grandma Frances. That was my girl, my everything. I miss her so much. If you still have your grandparents around, it's very important that you spend time with them. They can tell you things that you've never known. And, ask questions, take videos, sit there and listen to them, because once they leave out of here, so many questions that we want to ask them after they're gone. So if you still have your grandparents around, appreciate them and get to know things about their childhood that maybe your mom or your dad don't even know. That way, when God calls them home, you'll be able to say, oh, well, grandma told me this and grandpa told me that. So, like I said, tonight I'm dedicating a lot of my show to my family, because I do love my family, far, near, distant, close. The one thing that I do have to say is that I love y'all. I really, really love my family. You know what I mean? And, it's just, it gets difficult. It gets difficult because when you watch your family leave this earth, you're like, well, dag, how many more people God gonna call home? Like, God, can you slow up just a little bit? Like, just a little bit. Because, you don't want to see him go because it hurts you so much. So, that song right there was dedicated to my grandma, Frances. I'm going to be sharing different parts about me. And I wanted it to go into next week's segment because next week, the day after Thanksgiving, which will be that Friday, things have happened. Things have happened in my life, and it's kind of sort of like a remembrance of where I've been. But I'm going to give you just a little bit of the tea of it, of what happened the day after Thanksgiving 21 years ago. That way I can get even more in depth about it, because it's, like I said, this time of the year can either make you cry or make you happy. So it's just appreciating the struggle. The struggle has been real, but it's been a good struggle. When I sit back and I think about where I was and where I'm at today, I say all the time, but God. But God. It has been nothing but God over my life and people praying over my life that have gotten me where I am today. There have been people that I wish would have helped more. I ain't going to lie. But at the same time, there was some praying people over my life. But 21 years ago, the day after Thanksgiving, I found myself in a very, very bad spot. It was so bad. I don't even know how to even begin to tell it. Without putting all the business out there. It was just it was detrimental to my health, to my well-being, to who I am as a person. So I'll share with you. 21 years ago, I was homeless. Very homeless. I'm not going to take nothing away from my family. Like I said before, I come from a very big family. But I was at a place where I didn't get along with nobody. I didn't even like myself, let alone like them. I just didn't, I was just really bad. It was just really bad. And I was homeless. Homeless. You know, people every day might be on the verge of getting kicked out, or they might be a little bit homeless. You know, your girlfriend or somebody get ready to put you out, but you still got a roof over your head. That wasn't my case at all. I was homeless. A homeless 20-year-old, 21-year-old. No, I was 20. I had 3 children, and I was pregnant with my last child, and I was homeless. Wasn't too many people at that time to run to or talk to, because I was beefing. I was beefing with everybody. I mean, the beef was just so bad. I can't even remember why we was beefing. I know that as much as I loved my grandmother and as much as I loved my mother, we were on the outs. We were really, really on the outs. And I was just in a situation where I was told, if you don't like what I got to say, get out. And at that time, I'm saying, what am I going to do? My children's grandmother, let me go back. My boy's godmother, she worked at a place, and I had visited all the time because I would just go up there and just see her. And what was crazy is because people had knew that I was coming to see her all the time, because I would just sit at her job and we would talk, and I would just tell her everything that was going on. But the hardest part is when she came into work that Monday, and I was a resident. But before I keep on giving you all that, I'm still going to pay homage to the people that have been a part of my life. I just wanted to give you a little bit of the tea, the true to the tea. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this song that I'm about to play to my grandmother, Ethel, that is just getting ready to be a year in December. But she was really like one of my ladies. So Grandma Ethel, this song is dedicated to you.
Kiss me, drive me crazy. Would you do that for me, lady? You say you want my baby, girl, if that's a fact, lady, then melt into me, lady, as though we were wax. Erase all my baby. Would you do that for me, lady?
Okay. I'm back. I'm back because my song list is so long tonight. When I tell you it's so long tonight, and I know I can't play all the songs all the way through because we're only here for an hour. But I just want to tell everyone that is listening, that has taken the time to even listen to me, that I so appreciate my teapots. Oh my goodness, you don't understand the response that I'm getting from all of you that are following me on Facebook. I really do appreciate it. I'm just saying, I'm very humble. This is the most humblest time of year for me. When I tell you I might be on a high horse all the way up until November. And then when November come, I take it all the way down because see, people don't really know what you've been through. People only know what you told them, but they have no idea what you have dealt with. So I'm able to use my show to tell my story, to give it to you raw, uncut, uncensored. And by the way, I'm doing pretty good with no cussing. Woohoo! I got to give myself a round of applause for that. Maybe or maybe not. I don't know. But needless to say, that's just remarkable. You know what I mean? That I'm really doing good. I am learning so much by having this tool to be able to use it and just give you my voice. Because a lot of people that are listening in other parts of the United States, they don't know who I am. They might be following me on Facebook, but they don't know me. But people locally, they do know me. So, I'm just more than honored to have been given the opportunity to be able to share some things with you. So like I said to you earlier, I was homeless, very homeless. And I was stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, what do I do? What don't I do? Like, did this really just happen? It's, wow. Every year I go right back to the same feeling that I had when this happened. You talking about just not knowing your worth, not knowing how you even want to do it. That's where this time of the year takes me. It takes me to don't forget where you come from, where I came from, but never lose sight of where I'm going. So I give you the most raw, uncut feelings that I can possibly have. But yet I didn't want tonight to be like gloomy. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, oh my God, she's going to have me crying. I just want you to just hear where it's coming from because I'm going to continue the story. I'm not going to give you the whole story. I'm going to give you part of the story because I'm dedicating, this to my family that are not here anymore. And everything takes me back to family.